children learn completely differently than parents. Gary Landreth, one of my favorite play therapist kind of gurus, go-tos, he says it this way. He says that toys are children's words and play is their language. And I love the way he puts that, because I think as therapists, counselors, or future children's ministry workers, anything, if you're working with children, you need to know how they communicate, and play is how they communicate. And it's fun for adults, it's fun for kids, and this is something I've learned. Play therapy isn't just for children. So, okay, everybody thinks that when you say play therapy, yes, Gary Landreth is totally right that toys are children's words and play is their language, but it's huge in working with trauma and addiction, and working with so many people that don't have a high emotional vocabulary, because you're going to have adolescents, adults, children that can't communicate with words what they're feeling, but they can see it and they can touch it and almost taste it. And so when you can put that on the table and have them communicate, express themselves through creativity, you're unlocking a completely different part of the brain, and you'll learn about that. But you're touching a part of the brain that is experiential, that is creative, that is that holds trauma. When people have trauma that they can't communicate, or some sort of fears or addictions that are stuck, sometimes that's the best way to access that part of the brain. And so as I've stepped into the play therapy program, it is a tremendous amount of fun for me, and I can see that personally now, that becoming a huge part of my life, not only working with children, but working with adults. And in my personal life, that has become a huge part of how I communicate and process. So it's just a huge, it's fundamental. I think they should include it as a required course for the program, but if you can sign up for it, I would suggest it. It is honestly, it's changed my life. It's changed the direction of my education, and it will definitely change how I parent in the future. No kids yet, but when I parent, I know it will change that. It will change how I minister to children, and it will change how I provide therapy for adults.